I'm going to sing 8 short songs on themes of coronavirus, COVID-19. And they were written between April and July 2020 through the lockdowns. It's called Songs in a Time of Coronavirus. I just want to acknowledge before I move into these stories and kind of episodes, I suppose, that at this point 2.89 million people have died worldwide of coronavirus. Okay? The first song is called It's Been Night. What will I wear? How is my hair? Why do I care? It's been night. Maybe a hat. Do I look fat? Where am I at? It's been night. It's the time of the week to look amazing and chic. For these few moments on show, dressed up with somewhere to go. No need to be shy. Just step out and try. The limit's the sky on bin night. As well as the kit, I'm planning a skit. Get ready for it on bin night. I'm hoping it rocks right down to your socks. Opportunity knocks on bin night. Yes, it's the time of the week to look amazing and chic. For these few moments on show, dressed up with somewhere to go. I'm finding a theme, I'm living the dream. Might even live stream next bin night. This next song's called The View from My Window, and it's about how simple things became more precious to us. The view from my window is just a backyard, but how glad I am right now to have it. The folks at the back have got colourful flags that I can see through the day, and when night lit, I can walk in my yard, reconnect with the earth when I go out with a basket of laundry, or glance up as I work, see the trees, hear the birds. It is simple and also extraordinary. At this time I can also see other backyards through a group that's been set up on Facebook. Folk are posting their views from wherever they are, and it's great to drop by for a quick look. There are stories as well as the photos that tell of how grateful we are for a safe place, for a haven in lockdown, especially one with a garden, a private, protected outdoor space. The view from my window is just a backyard, but how glad I am right now to have it. Next one's called X Marks the Spot, walking through all the spaces that were so different and constrained. X marks the spot where you must stand to keep your social distance. It's limited numbers in the store, monitored by assistants. But once inside, you'll often find niceties drop away. And at the shelves, our usual selves are right back on display. They're right back on display. For a time, the tide was out, no pasta, no loo paper. Folks stockpiled and sold online, a profit-making caper. But down the track, it's coming back, the flow is now returning. Along the way, I hope we'll say, there's been some change and learning, been some change and learning. These next two are songs with Canadian connections. The first one is about a wacky thing that happened in the Yukon Territory, which is just north of British Columbia in Western Canada. This is, gosh, what's it called? One Caribou Apart is what it's called. The Yukon folk are being told to stay one caribou apart. This is the image you should hold. The Yukon folk are being told, a distance guide that's clear and bold, to speak to the Canadian heart. The Yukon folk are being told to stay one caribou apart. The next one is called There and Back Again, or Here and Back Again. It's one of those, you know, where you can do it with writing, but it's called two things. There and Back Again. About a friend, a Canadian friend, and her attempted journey to Australia. The song tells it all. You are already in the air when the news comes. 14 days of self-isolation lie ahead. All bookings cancelled. You go to where you're staying and spend a few days journaling, listening to birds, days of sounds and words. Walking back paths to the beach, waiting to see how things go, hoping for the best. In a while, there is an option to return home, a special window, and you know you must take it. Flying back, airports are spooky, and the winter you left still intense. Here, moving between work, supermarket and home, I see and think of things I wanted to show you, stuff of the life shared in emails and messages over many years. One by one, the imagined moments rise and move through my consciousness, heart, mind, perhaps on their way to some other dimension, waiting to be born somewhere down the line, because this is not to be their time. This one's called The Avocado Song. I just have to give it another retuning. This is how business was affected. Just one example, I guess. The avocado harvest here, but business ain't as usual. With cafes shut down far and near, the future's looking dismal. A glut's predicted, tons and tons, sales will be diminished. A lot of this could end up dumped before the season's finished. So now's the time for DIY smashed avo if you're able. On sourdough's the way to go, served at the kitchen table. And homemade guacamole could become a new addition to a family lockdown menu with variety and vision. In July, things became more complex and we started to learn more about what was actually happening. This one's called Breathing Out. Here we go. I am walking around, breathing out more than in, for I fear that there is something in the air. I move quickly through, it's the best I can do, but the trouble is, I don't know where. I've been washing my hands, meeting all the demands, but I'm starting to feel a little careworn. I suppose you could say I was going okay, until I heard about the virus being airborne, that microscopic particles are out there and they're airborne. They stay for hours and spread right out from where they came from. Let's hope it's going to do some good to have a mask on. And I've got one more, a hopeful song about working together. And now we're in a very different place. I wrote these partly because I wanted to document the mental states and all the places that we went and how the world actually looked during this time, so that when the conspiracy theorists come and they say what they say, I've got a document that I can share. This one's called We Want to Keep Singing, and hey, we are singing at last. Italians are singing from balconies, trying to boost their morale through the quarantine. New Yorkers sing out on their fire escapes, thanking health workers at 7 each evening. In Britain, they're thanking their health workers too. Concerts on doorsteps are fashionable, while choirs are showing that they can keep going, finding Zoom for rehearsals quite practical. We want to keep singing, we want to keep bringing our voices together in harmony. We're finding our way through each difficult day, with forbearance and help from technology. We can't see the shape that the future will take, but we can stay strong and prepare for it. There'll be some tough times, but with music and rhymes, voices, songs, we are going to be there for it.